Hello, coffee time friends. How y'all doing? It's coffee time. It's supper time. Mama, are you ready for supper?
Yeah. Since you're cooking it.
Well, of course. It's always the best time to eat, ain't it? Now we're going back to these little potatoes here, and this is a can of those potatoes, and you can use them or you can boil your own. This is onion, minced onion, and Mama's going to use it tonight instead of a real onion because it is late, and I'm going to put plenty in there. That'll give you plenty of flavor. You'll get the same flavor, but you don't have that raw onion to deal with. This is garlic paste, and I'm going to put a little garlic paste in there. It should start smelling delicious.
I already smell the onion.
Now this is just a made-up recipe that I'm kind of making up. So,
more than a little garlic. You poured a dot.
yeah, about a good tablespoonful, Mama. It just come out in little dollops. It'll get in there and make it all good. We're not going crazy with it. And this is a smoked sausage. Come right down here to the board. And let me just, I'm doing these pretty thin. And I'm debating, I think I'm going to cut them in half. Because we're going to eat this like a soup tonight. But you don't have to. You could put this over rice. It would be delicious. Mom, would you rather have it over rice?
No, whichever way you want to fix it.
It's a soup. But it's a hearty soup. But if you have it over rice or something, you probably wouldn't have to cut these as small. But when they get on your spoon, you want to be able to eat them. Okay? I know it's warm weather. People don't think about soups, but I like soup year round. So I just sliced those in half, and now I'm coming back and slicing them. I'm doing them thinner than I normally do. And this is the beginning here with the potatoes, the onion, the garlic, and these smoked sausages just cut to perfection, as they said. Let me slice this one. Cut them down to perfection so they're easy to chew. I'm making cream of cabbage and sausage soup. Now you can find stuff like this on the internet. I have found it a long time ago. I looked up cream of soups, trying to make some homemade cream of soups, and I found tons, and I earmarked some of them. I thought, I'm going to try that someday. But I didn't really go get a recipe, but I know what's in it, and I know what we'll eat and what we like, so that's what I'm doing. So in goes all the sausages. Oh, you act like you're scared.
Oh, it was kind of popping. I was trying to get back.
Oh, it ain't going to pop on you, though. I put the potatoes in first because I want them to have a little char on them. I want them to be a little browned. Okay, hey Mama, you know what I forgot?
What?
I need flour.
Wow.
2 tablespoons of flour. If you can get us some flour.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to put a little more olive oil. I started out with just covering my pan with olive oil. This has gone down to 200. I'm going to put it up to about 300. So if you're in a skillet, put yours on medium high, okay? Now, this is going to go pretty quick, y'all. You want to put 2 tablespoons of just dust it over. We're going to need it later and it'll come in handy. Now I'm going to get on this cabbage.
2 of these, all right?
Yeah. I'm going to get on this cabbage. Can't pick it up. Ain't that crazy? Oh, it's heavy.
It's solid.
It's solid. I may not even need the whole thing. Let's cut him in half and see where we go from there. Oh, he's solid. Look at that. He is solid. Let's start with this half. It's got a pretty good sized core.
That going to be too much flour?
No. Now you put 2 tablespoons of flour. This is self-rising. Use whatever you have. It's just going to be a little thickening agent, and it's not even going to have anything to do right now, but in a few minutes it will. Let's take that core out. Let's turn him over. There's a little brown spot deep in my cabbage. Where did you come from? Now on this, I used to tell you it don't really matter about your cabbage, just cut it, but I want it to be thin and more bite size. So I'm going to cut it pretty thin this direction. Then I'm going to turn it. Woo, that was loud. Then I'm going to turn it and go the other direction. I'm going to make sure I'm going bite size, and I'm going to cut it where I don't normally cut it in this direction. I'm going to. So I'm going to pull him flat like that. Can y'all see? I think you can see everything's going on. So now I'm going to come through and I'm going to make sure that these pieces aren't too wide. I want them, there we go. So now we're working towards little cubes of cabbage. Okay? Same on this side. I want to cut them a little thinner than I normally would. If I'm a boiling cabbage like we did yesterday, I don't worry about it because it's going to cook down. Tonight, I want these to be fit in a spoon size, whatever that is to you. Okay?
That's a lot of cabbage.
We probably don't need that other half. We'll save him for another day.
I don't think we do. That was solid. That's a good solid.
Oh, it's a good cabbage. It's like a garden cabbage. Now let's take these down. See how little it's coming out? I'm not leaving any big leaves. Normally, like I said, we don't even worry about that when you're fooling with cabbage. So in here, we've got our potatoes, and they're browning up beautifully. We've got our garlic paste in there. We've got 2 tablespoons of flour, our smoked sausage. Now we're going to go in with our cabbage. In with the cabbage. We'll keep that core out. We don't want the core. Mom, it's smelling good. I'm going to put a little bit of coarse ground black pepper in it.
Better put a little salt on the cabbage.
Yeah, to help it leaf out.
Yeah.
Now, I think we'll put just a little bit of water to get that to steam. I'm not seeing any steam. I'll get it, Mama. I've got it. Oh, okay. You didn't got water. Mama, you must have known we was going to need water. Can y'all see that?
I used to mix up the water earlier.
We'll pour just about half of that in there. That's right. That's what we want. Now let's stir it up. Stir, stir, stir. Isn't that a beautiful sight? Look at that. Look at that beautifulness. Now, we're going to put mixed vegetables. These are frozen, but they're still good. We use them all the time. If you have fresh, fresh is best, but frozen is easier. Well, I don't know what in the world opening I done on that. It's not even, it's just like it's perforated.
It's top of center.
All right, I'm going to take that right there. I know you're waiting for it. These carrots, these peas, a little bit of broccoli, all that's going to be so good in there. Let's let it steam its little heart out. That's what we want it to do. Steam, please. Oh, that cabbage is hard to hold. It's like it's so solid, it just slips.
Yeah, here I'll wrap it up. I was trying to get that off the bar, and I keep doing no good at it.
So now y'all know about cabbage. If you're wanting cabbage, you got to use a little bit more than you think. So that may not be quite enough, but it's a good start. So what do y'all say? Hey, from North Carolina. Hey there, Patricia. How's things in North Carolina? Give her... Oh, let's see. Give her that spoon. She is dying to stir it. Lady, she is. She'll get up here and stir. I just think it tastes better if Mama does stir it a time or two. Hello, John and Mama. Hey, Tammy. How are you? I sent you a message about Tupperware. Alice, I didn't get it. Let's see. You can tell me on here if you want to, and we'll get it. Noah, if you're on here, can you see what she's needing about Tupperware, and we'll get you an answer. And there might be some Tupperware friends on here that can answer. Anyway, Alice. Maria might be on here, or Miss Leanne, or somebody that is a Tupperware expert. Snow flurries? Terry, no. Somebody told me that was getting like inches of snow the other day. I'm through with that business now. I'm ready to get on into these blooms, these daffodils, these beautiful March bells.
It's not been over 40 something all day.
It's cold
it's
enough.
38 right now.
We had 2 selections tonight, and Mama said it's been cold all day. I could eat some soup. I said good, because that's what I've been wanting too. We made that the other day, and I'll do that sometimes. I'll take that after my daddy. He would get on a kick, and he would eat sauerkraut every day. And I find that I'm getting older. I ate cabbage for lunch today. I ate it yesterday, and I'm fine to have it again. I love one thing, and I get it in my system. I have to eat it 2 or 3 times to get it worked out.
Using that anymore?
No, we're through with all this, Mama, except I'll keep that. Now, them knives. Be careful.
Okay.
Mama has to clean up. Y'all know that. Now, look at that cabbage. That's good cabbage. Just as good. Oh. Mama, we need to raise about 150 heads of cabbage this year.
Oh, I don't think
You think I might be out of the mood by the time it grows?
Have room for that.
Let me tell you a funny story.
You're going to tell about your daddy going to turn.
I'm going to let you tell it now, Mama.
No, I ain't telling you here.
You ain't telling it?
No, because...
Make you mad? You still mad at him over it?
No, I ain't mad at him over it.
You still thinking about it?
When you bring it up, I think about it.
Mama got so red hot mad at Daddy one time. I'll tell you what he said to her. So Mama had 3 gardens that year. She was in a gardening spell. No, you ain't getting this back.
I'm going to clean this cabbage out from here. Scattered everywhere.
She had 3 beautiful gardens. And in one particular garden, she had cabbage, and they were picture perfect. They looked like some kind of postcard for cabbage. And so we were down there and looking at the garden. You do that in the country. At the evenings, you eat supper, you walk around, you go out and check the garden. See if anything's grown, for one thing. Also, you're looking to see if anything's been in your garden since you was in it last. And then another thing you're just looking at because it brings you peace of mind to see your beautiful garden. Well, I said, Mama, that's the prettiest cabbage I ever seen. Now, I wasn't living here then. I was completely out of the house and grown. So it's not been that long ago. And let's look at her face while I tell the story. It always makes the story a little better. And I said, Mama, that's the prettiest cabbage I ever seen. And Daddy said, she can raise some cabbage now. That girl's got a green thumb. That's the prettiest cabbage I've seen. Might even been prettier if it hadn't been so close together. World War III began right then, unannounced to everybody at the garden. What do you mean? I'm not covered. Tell him, Mama.
He said he was going to dig them up and space them out.
If we was to take up one in between all, and get up back. You touch one of them heads of cabbage, and you're going to catch it. I just left. I said, I'm going to, this time, let me say goodnight.
Now, what did you tell him, though? You're the one told him.
What did I say?
You said, if I was you, I'd leave out cabbage.
Oh, I did say that. I said, I think you might have said the wrong thing. I'm just guessing here. But if I was you, I'd leave them cabbages alone. And he said, oh, I'm not going to bother him. I was just to say it. Well, he just about said too much. I called Mama the next day. I said, are you over the cabbage war? And she said, don't mention cabbages to me. I knew it wasn't over. Come to find out, it wasn't never over. If we'd be in the garden, Mama would say, don't drop them potatoes too close together now. Are those stalks of corn too close together? And that's it. They're perfect. They're fine. They're fine. Now, you let me know if I get something too. It was one of those things. You have those things in your relationships or with your people, your brothers, your sisters, your friend, that you just bring it up. It's an inside joke or an inside argument. and you just bring it up. So even to today, if we ride by somewhere and we see a garden, I said, Mama, check out them cabbages, see if they're too close together. Didn't I, Mama? Wanna?
He was gonna, I know he would move them, but
Why he wasn't gonna move, but Mama said, you touch one of them cabbages. You just touch one of them cabbages and see where you get. He knew better. That man was smart. He wasn't smart enough to keep his mouth shut, but he was smart when he knew he had overdone it. Mom, I'm going to cut up some of these broccoli for
I was supposed to start saying
for the previously mentioned reasons, because we're going to eat this like a soup.
They're big.
I don't want to cut all the way through. I'm just going to... Oh, I see you over there lurking in the corner. One thing about it, you don't get enough in these packages to worry about too much. Can y'all see what I'm up to over here? You probably like to see that instead of the side of my head. I'm sorry. I'm cutting up broccolis that were frozen. They're cooked now. They're done. They're delicious looking. Now, this is your standard meal of cabbages and mixed vegetables. Okay? With potatoes. So, I guess this could make a delicious Irish pot, couldn't it, Mama?
Yeah.
And look at that, how good that all looks together. And I didn't put much seasoning in it, just salt and black pepper. That's all I put in it this far. Now then, we're going to put a can of evaporated milk. Is that a whole can?
No, hardly a whole can.
All right. You can use the whole can at your house.
Just a little bit out of it.
Use the whole can at your house, though. All right. And now, this is a clean spoon, except it just got in there and I held the broccoli
You'll
with
probably
it.
use all that anyway.
I will. This is not hardly a whole tub, which was a pound. So let's say a half a cup or so of sour cream. Going right in here. This is the goodie, okay? Some of y'all, I just lost you. You're like, he lost me right there. He lost me with that hot mess. Folks, this is the creamed part of the cream cabbage. This is the cream part of it. It's going to be the soup of the meal. You just want to stir all that in. Now, you've heard of cream spinach. You've heard of cream cabbage. But now this is a cream cabbage soup. But it doesn't have to be eaten like a soup. It could be easily poured over rice. Or it could just be used as a casserole type meal and serve it with sides. But this right here, is going to be so good.
You need a little more of this water in it.
You want a little more water in it to make it soup? This is a thick soup. Mama's watering it up for us. Yeah, that did help it. Now, y'all remember that 2 tablespoons of flour? That's what we're going to let happen here. And all that flour is going to do is it's still active and it's still going to thicken a little bit. But look at that. That looks good enough to eat. Now I'm going to turn it up now to about 350. I want to get a good boil on it. And I'm going to put my spoon there and put my lid back on here. We're just going to let that simmer. I'm going to get us some soup bowls. Clean up my mess. Oh, Mama, you've moved the bowls. Oh, these are those. Thank you for our beautiful bowls.
You'll use that again, won't you?
No. Well, I might stir with it, but we'll have to have a ladle. I'll get us a ladle. Get us a ladle.
You want tea with this?
Yeah, do you want tea?
Yeah.
Folks, we're eating it like a soup. It is 40-something degrees here today. It's chilly.
It's 38.
We had a little bit of wind blow through yesterday evening, and when it got through blowing, it was cold. What happened? Cold front moved through. We got change in temperature. I think we may even get colder tonight. So soup's on the occasion tonight. But, like I said, this would be delicious just in a dish with some sides. You can eat this with any kind of vegetable. But it's a full, hearty meal with all that. You got your protein, you got your potatoes, you got your mixed vegetables, you got your cabbage, and that creamy goodness is in there too. If you wanted to, you could add a little bit of cheese in here. This is one of those building recipes. You can do however you want to with it. But this is a little twist on it. A little different, but it's still, it's still going to be so good. Good evening, John and Mama. Hey there, Tony. Tony, how are you? Hi. Let's see. I got a bunch of hands here. Let's see here. Hi, John and Mama from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Well, hey, Deborah. Happy Monday, John. Well, happy Monday to you. You know, Mom and I were talking this weekend.
You want lemon in yours?
Yes, please. We were talking this weekend. You know, you look forward to the weekends because you got a couple of days off and you think you can get these things done, which is great. But it's that quick. And then you're back to Monday. But as soon as you get to Monday, you look up in just a minute or two, you're already to Thursday. And Thursday is weekend eve. Friday Eve, weekend eve, it's here. I started a couple of years ago counting my weekends and starting on Thursday. Now, I work on Friday, but I just count it as I work a little while on one of the weekend days. But if I get my mindset that Thursday evening starts the weekend and I can get started going and that pepper, it catches me in the back of the throat. I get my mind on it and I think it's the weekend and I can get started and I'll work tomorrow and then I come home and I'm ready. So Thursday evening I plan for the weekend and I count Friday. Sometimes Friday evening is the best part of the weekend, depending on what you are going to do. Now that's boiling. That's rip-roaring boiling.
You want your straw and lid?
No. Well, the only thing I'd use the straw for is to stir this lemon.
Oh, that'll be the other way.
Stir it up.
Picture's plumb full. I just made it.
Mama just made y'all sweet tea earlier today. It's already ready to go. You want to check on the soup? This could qualify as a stoop. Is that what they call it? It's a stew, soup. It's a thick, hearty, robust kind of thing. Now, I would not be opposed in any shape, form, or fashion of putting some tomatoes in here. Especially if I had homegrown tomatoes. That might be exactly what I would want to do. But this is boiling right away. Look at that. Mama, I'm going to give you room here on the corner, but I'm going to move that right up there. We're getting ready to eat, y'all. Now, this didn't take long at all.
I mean, you're right. I just spilled tea.
She'll do anything to get a hold of my dish tray.
Spilled tea everywhere.
She'll spill tea just to get a hold of my dish tray. Mom and I never fight over anything but the dish rack. Where's the dish? Or sometimes she swears I don't tell her something, then I can bring up evidence and show her.
You know, I don't get the whole story sometimes.
She told me the other night I didn't tell her something. I said, Mama, I'm fixing to prove you wrong. Are you prepared for it? No, you did not tell me that. I said, you remember us talking about this? And she said, yeah. I said, why would we been talking about this?
One part of it, but I didn't.
Why would we been talking about this if I hadn't told you that? Well, I don't know, she said. She barely remembered it. Mama, that pepper is that to me. Let's turn this off.
I don't want a whole lot.
You don't. I know there's too much
Because it's
green.
hot.
And there's too much green in here.
Yeah. More soup. reason
I know.
I put water.
I know. And it's all thickened up beautiful. You were right to put that water in there, Mama.
Yeah. That's good.
Do you want me to blow on it for you?
No, I'll sit here. It'll get cool off of the fan.
This is a hearty soup. That's the reason I said it could be a stew soup. It's a little, and you can put a little more milk in it or a little more water, or maybe even add, put your cream and then add some milk instead of water might be a good thing. But there it is. Y'all see that? Mm-hmm.
It's a smoking.
Let's bless it, Mom. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for the privilege of being able to take it together, dear Lord. And we just want to ask you to always be with us and lead, guide, and direct us in the ways you'd have us to go and the things you'd have us to do. Dear Lord, everyone gathered here tonight has prayer requests and has problems and things going on in their life. And Lord, we just pray that you'll bless their prayer requests and bless their unspoken requests, dear Lord. And we just pray that you'll watch over us, lead, and guide, and direct us. In your precious name we pray. Amen. All right, Mama. It's time. I didn't even taste it. I've not even tasted it for seasoning or anything. Just trust in the process.
Ooh.
Let's zoom in on Mama. She tastes just the crazy soup. Stoop.
I don't want it called stupid.
Mama's worried about the name. What do you think about the flavor, Mama?
It's flavored good. I don't believe it needs nothing else.
Mmm. It's so good. I want to show you how thick this turned out. Just those 2 tablespoons of flour. See how it's just dripping off that spoon? It's good, isn't it, Mama?
Mm-hmm.
It's good for a change. It's also a good supper. This is definitely a one-pot wonder. You got all your vegetables, tons of good vegetables.
That pea was hot.
You've got your smoked sausage for your proteins. That beautiful cabbage in there, and it's that cream sauce that we made from just a can of evaporated milk, 2 tablespoons of flour, and a little bit of water. It made a perfect amount of cream in it. Mmm. Those potatoes, just like a potato soup almost.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm. I'm gonna say get you some of this. You seen how easy it was to make cream of cabbage and sausage soup. Mama don't want it called stoop, even though it is thick and hearty.
A stew maybe, but not stew.
I've not even heard that term in a long time. I used to hear it when people was making one-pot wonders and stuff.
A stew?
It's a soup and a stew combo. It's a thick, hearty soup. Mm-hmm. Oh. I think this would be good with even chicken.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to try it. This is the one I told y'all the other day. You'd seen me make it before, but I was going to do totally different. This is it. I've seen it. It's been months back. And the other day when we were making the potatoes and that, and I thought, I never did try that soup. That cream of cabbage soup. I thought, I'm going to try it. I may have waited too late in the year for people to be interested in soup. Now, if you had to put real onion in this, it would be more oniony. You'd have them chunks of onion. The flakes gave it the flavor, but the onions, I would probably add onions in it. But Mama just don't, she just couldn't eat them this late,
No.
One of my favorite parts, Mama, is those potatoes.
They're good, aren't they?
I mean, it's like, you get like a little bite of potato soup in the middle of the cabbage soup. This would be good to eat with a couple of sides or with cornbread.
Yeah.
For you people who still can eat cornbread at your leisure whenever you want to, and you're not down to 1 or 2 pounds a month, like us, it's self-imposed. We're just trying not to eat cornbread every time we sit down at the table. We had a real problem. We thought we had to have cornbread or biscuits or rolls or something every time we ate.
I always fix bread with the meal.
But now we're learning that we can eat without, and we do enjoy it.
Taste your whatever you're eating more if you don't have a lot of bread.
Yeah, that's true. This cooled down nicely.
Yeah, it cooled down fast.
Do you say we'll make this again, Mama, or is this a one-time wonder?
You'll probably make it again.
You all may have just joined us. You may not know that's a road review. Because you could have said, you can eat it, but I won't be eating it no more. She could have said, it's okay. It'll eat. But she said, we could make it again. Which means I could eat this. It's good. Now you can add as much seasoning as you want. It would taste really good with some red pepper flakes in it. Or some red hot sauce. Oh, I may put some in my bowl. Just thought of that. But it would be really good with some hot sauce in it. With some more spicy in it. But you know Mama don't want that. But just like this, it's delicious. But you do you on this one. This one's just a base. You take this and turn it into wonderful things, and then tell me all about it. What do you think? All right, Mom, you got anything you want to add tonight?
No.
It looks delicious. It is let me see, your name is Manila? Manila, it is delicious. Angie Davis Hassan says, looks like pot pie. Well, no, it's no pot pie, Angela. It's definitely cabbage. It's definitely that smoked sausage. Now, if you use chicken in it, it may be more like pot pie, but it doesn't have that cream of chicken soup richness that you would put in a pot pie. It doesn't have that, does it, Mom?
No.
It does still taste the vegetables. You feel like you're eating healthy, don't you?
Yeah, you taste everything, the cabbage.
You can taste it. So it doesn't even resemble pot pie in real life. It's more just what you would think of, like cream of spinach soup, cream of cabbage. It's very good. Putting tomatoes in it would not hurt it a bit. Putting some red pepper flakes in it would not hurt it a bit. A little touch of hot sauce would be good in it. Cayenne would be good in it. All those things that you think of when you think of stir fry and rich, that would all be good in it. Or you can make a milder version like we did tonight with just basically salt and pepper. But I did put garlic paste in it. And I did put little ground pepper. It's still in my throat. And we start out with olive oil. You could have started out with bacon grease. That would have been another profile flavor. You could have even added some crumbled bacon in this with the smoked sausage. That would have been a little profile flavor. You could have put some cheese in it, fresh grated cheese over it. All those things are possibilities. And would be good. Mama's ate a whole bowl of it. Mama's not feeling well. Lisa, I don't know. Mama, you feeling well?
I think I'm taking a cold.
Mama thinks she's taking a cold. But I object to that motion. And I'll tell you why.
Take it off.
Huh?
Say, don't get a cold.
Well, we are absolutely surrounded and inundated with Bradford pears right now. And they are in full bloom. We've had 0 rain on them since they really popped. And I've had this same thing that she's having. And everybody I talk to, it's the Bradford pears. It's the Bradford pears. The Bradford pears. Mine did start when they bloomed, and it continues a little bit. So, based on what I've had and what she's had, and the fact that we've had it for about 3 days, no fever, no other symptoms, no COVID, none of that. I'm thinking it's an allergic reaction to Bradford pears. Mama says, cut them down.
Yeah.
It only lasts a week or so. But everybody I've talked to, that's it. It's Bradford pears. It's Bradford pears. They're killing me. So I'm thinking it might be Bradford pears because we do this about this time every year. And I had noticed it's been getting worse, but my allergies are getting worse. So
Yeah.
I don't think you're taking the cold, Mama.
I hope not.
Well, you've been taking it for 3 days.
Well, I can say I've got it.
I don't think it's a cold. I believe it's an allergic reaction to Bradford pears because for both of us, it's from here up.
Oh, yeah.
But we don't have anything down here. Don't have no body aches, just your throat and sinuses. So I'm gonna blame it on the Bradford pears. First, I thought we might be taking something. Now I'm thinking it's Bradford pears.
When I was real little, I didn't know it was a head cold at the time, but I went and woke up my oldest sister and I said, my head's a roaring like a freight train and it's hurting and stuff and I feel bad. And she said, oh, hush and go back to sleep. You just got a head cold.
You gotta learn somehow. But we'll feel better when it rains. It'll help. Now we had some rain, but they popped out this yesterday.
Like it was full bloom for
Saturday.
3 days now.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. Did it rain since then? I
No,
think
it
we've
didn't
had a good
Sunday.
rain. No, I had a good rain. But anyhow, thanks for caring. Thanks for noticing she was not as chipper. I tell her, I said, Mama, you have to liven up a little bit. Start talking to us. Now, you know I get concentrating. In 100 years. I couldn't read that.
100 years.
I don't know what she was saying. It went too fast. You're doing so good on your weight loss. Well, thank you, Angela. It's not really even a program. We are just trying to modify and eat a little healthier. It's not like we're cutting out everything.
No.
But we are trying to cut out them starches.
All except my potatoes. I can't
We
get
do eat a
them.
lot of potatoes. Somebody said the other night, boy, y'all sure do find a way to make a bunch of potatoes. And I thought, you're right.
I cut out bread instead of my potatoes.
My mom went to Zero Pop. That's controversial. I know some people say, oh, it's worse for you. But with her sugar levels, it helped.
Oh, yeah.
And there was no giving it up. She wasn't going to give it up. But she has gone to zero, and I'm proud of her for that.
I never could drink diet before, or wouldn't I say that. But
And she still can't do diet, but she can do zero. It's just a different flavor. And we do have sweet tea, and then we have unsweet tea. So we try to monitor that. So we're trying to do better every moment. But we're not. You won't see us on no fitness.
if
coverage
I
on that.
mention the word diet, I eat myself to death.
Oh, yeah. It's just a different,
I don't say diet.
it's just a different way of living in the mama.
Yeah.
All right, Mom, you got anything you want to add?
No, I think pretty good.
All right, folks. We're going to say goodbye then. Mama, say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama. God bless you inside. Have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.
Bye. Y'all have a good one.